When the committee members visited 12 districts across the country back in February, they were met with a multitude of issues in the education sector. I told you that we have a sciences section, yet there is a problem that has never been addressed. We have no physics lab. We have written letters since 2012 and even now we still wait. A 40-minute lesson with 60 children in a class is completely useless to an individual student. We can do nothing for them. If a child fails to properly master their own language, Kinyarwanda, I believe the same thing will happen in English and other subjects. Most of our problems have to do with mathematics. We are told that we might possibly sit for the national exam in math, yet there are some symbols we do not know how they are written. It would help us if we got a book with signs in it, so that we can study with no problems. In the primary section, we are missing 2 teachers and 1 in secondary for literature and Kiswahili. I was told that last year, extended periods would elapse with teachers who quit not being replaced. That might hinder education as a whole. Not surprisingly, the report the committee presented to the Chamber of Deputies triggered heated debates. Concerning ICT, I believe measures should be adopted, especially by REB, the Rwanda Education Board. Computers should be properly distributed in schools with the proper training so that they can fix their own computers when they break down. You may find a school with no electricity in possession of 200 computers. They don't expect to get electricity during that fiscal year, yet those computers are sitting there, and another school with electricity has no computers. After a year in storage, they will probably break. Isn't that wasting resources? Honestly, there are problems in nursery schools. In private schools, they have more equipment and resources, but the teachers in government schools appear to have no motivation because they sign contracts with parents who don't pay them on time. Teachers in public schools have no stability. The moment they get a better job, they just abandon the children. I therefore believe that if the committee is willing, this should be among the things it follows up on. Among its resolutions in the report, the Parliamentary Committee on Education, Technology, Culture and Youth recommended that the responsible ministry be summoned to address these and other issues. The Ministry of Education is being requested to come and give verbal explanations on the roadmap and key strategies to be taken on the following issues: the matter of the late recruitment and placement of teachers in public primary and secondary schools, as well as private schools that partner with the government, especially at the beginning of the academic year, resulting in some schools failing to complete the curriculum. The problem of overcrowding in classrooms, the long distances students have to travel to get to school, especially in the 12-year basic education system. There is also the issue of schools that are unable to admit children with disabilities, such as the deaf and blind, because they lack proper training among teachers or the equipment needed to teach such children.
Adashobora kwakira abana bafite ubumuga bwo kutumva no kutabona kubera ko kutagira abarimu babihuguriwe n'ibikoresho.
A survey carried out by the Rwanda Governance Board back in 2015 found that the general public's satisfaction rate was at 63.4% when it comes to service delivery in the education sector. Those findings called for addressing the issue of overcrowding in classrooms, infrastructure development for things like clean water and electricity, boosting the quality of education that has continued to be criticized, and more training for teachers. In 2018, satisfaction rates had risen to 64%, and the government's 7-year plan includes quality education for all.